So apparently Tucker Carlson's been going a little more crazy, which is amazing in and of itself.
There's got to be something going on in that guy's personal life that is like his instability seems like there are some towers falling. So like that's just my impression. But why do you say what's going on now?
So they were talking about the lessening fertility rate in this country, less women having children. Mm-hmm. And I don't remember who it was he had on, but basically they were blaming women's liberation and feminism, referring to these women as handmaidens of capitalism. I'm like, wait, are you making an anti-capitalist argument? What's going on here? Just because they're choosing to focus on their careers or whatever, not having children.
Yeah.
I'm like, but you guys are supposed to talk about how socialism is scary. Like, you just made a pro-socialism argument there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I mean that's where the populism is, like they're starting to try and overcorrect with their populism to try, and because they know that the base does not like the corporate stuff. Like,
yeah,
they know that, especially with like Ben Shapiro getting heat from his fans because he decided to be like anti-union,
right?
Because you know what, the people that are working class are the people that are more likely to be watching these shows and like enjoying this content. And you know, like when you're starting to go against the people that are like, you can fool people about stuff that is not directly in front of them.
Yeah.
And like the Muslim stuff, if you come from a community like we, you know, like in Big Bear, where there's not that diverse of a community, it's easy to scare people into shit like that.
Yeah.
When you actually start to get to know people that are from that, you know, like a different walk of life than your own, things get less scary.
Yeah.
And I think that's what like a lot of this boils down to, and why like he's probably steering hard towards noticing that people are liking, you know, like when polled in a non-leading way, Republicans and Democrats agree on things that are considered socialist, you know,
right.
Like on healthcare and childcare, and you know, like there are plenty of things that, and that's the thing, like socialism has just become this scare word, but it's part of our economy. It has been since like the 30s, and it's just, we have a mixed economy. We're not just capitalists.
Yeah.
But we rely too heavily on the capitalist side, and the Tucker Carlson thing is that's the fertility rates. That is another one of these, like Steve King was getting into that kind of stuff for a while, saying like, you know, our birth rates are dropping, and you know, we want full Americans. Like, I mean, they're like looking at like, which it always blows my mind, because like, what do you really consider to be an American? Like, that's what blows my mind with these people, because like, when I think of what made America, and like that whole Make America Great Again thing, what made America great was our like immigration. Like, immigration is what made this country the place to be, the place to strive for. And the idea of the American dream was that you could come here from nothing and build yourself up to having a decent life and being free and doing what you want. Like, you know, just being able to live your life and not have people bother you.
Yeah.
Like that was kind of the idea. And it's not that, like, I don't know. It's really weird, especially when they start getting into the fertility rate thing. It's just icky.
What they really mean is they're sad because not enough white potential conservatives are having kids.
Yeah.
That's what they actually mean.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, who knows if that's even true? And I mean, like, is it because they're not like getting married to blonde hair, blue eyed men and women and furthering the, more Nordic traits of our country? Is that what you're getting mad about? Like the more, northern demographic is what you're looking at? Like, I mean, it's because people are, I don't know, this is the melting pot. That's what this country was founded on. It just doesn't make
Right.
sense.
And honestly, I think Ben Shapiro should have just hung it up after the whole WAP thing. Like, he should have just completely given up altogether after that shit.
Well, I don't know. I mean, he definitely needs to hang it up. But do you know who Dave Rubin is?
No.
Oh, you should definitely look him up. He is one of the
Oh,
dumbest
God.
people ever. Like, he is. So Ben Shapiro is the Jewish guy that they have for conservatives to say, well, they can't be racist because they've got a Jew with them. And,
Right.
Dave Rubin is the gay guy who they say, oh, they can't be, against gay people because they have a gay.
Oh, gosh. So they found a
He's
token conservative gay.
Yeah, just like Candace Owens is the black female, academic who is, they have a black friend. And
and I don't know if she's still relevant, but Michelle Malkin was their Asian friend.
oh, I don't even know who that one is.
I think she kind of fell off.
Well, and who was the guy that got hit with the concrete milkshake in Portland? And I can't remember. But
was that Milo?
No.
Oh, God.
No, he's come back and started saying that since he's decided not to be gay anymore, dogs stopped barking at him.
Milo came back.
Yes,
God.
Milo, for some reason or another, has been accepted into society once again. It's probably on Blaze TV or some stupid shit like that. But
Blaze isn't even its own network anymore. It like joined with whatever network Mark Levin started.
All these people are just so cringe.
And I just keep laughing about the whole Matt Gaetz story, that it's like, so you couldn't get hired by any of these networks. And I'm like, they give a shit of fucking Phil Robertson. One of them did. So really, dude, you are that much of a piece of shit that even the least legitimate networks won't hire you.
Yeah. and I mean, everything about Matt Gaetz just kind of oozes that. Honestly. Right? He's just like, yeah, I absolutely believe that he would have taken nude pictures of girls that he had been sleeping with and showed them to people on the house floor.
Right?
I absolutely believe that he would have done that. And then he would
just like I completely believe he knew these girls were underage.
Absolutely. And that he wasn't that big. Like, if he didn't know, he wouldn't have said it was for tuition. Like,
Right.
the fact that he labeled all of these payments as having been for tuition for these girls makes me feel really icky, because he knows. Because that you're a freaking congressman, and you're not that frat boy that you thought you were when you were 26. Like, there's no reason for you to be acting this way. You're an adult. You have a bank account. You should not be acting like you probably even have your own driver. You shouldn't be acting this way. There should be some sort of level of decorum that goes with having a douche personality. I don't know.
I don't understand what's been with most of the GOP, and they at least used to have a mirage of decorum, but it's just been so degraded at this point that, I'm surprised we haven't had someone basically jacking off and yelling at us on TV yet.
Just wait.
Give it a year.
I mean, Well, I'm pretty sure that, like, I don't know if this was like deep faked or if this was true, but I'm pretty sure that there was some stuff going around with Gavin McGinnis where, like, his last days on, I can't remember what his show was, but he tried shoving a toy up his bum.
He had a show on the Blaze, apparently. So
Yeah, maybe it was the Blaze, but yeah, like, I don't know, maybe it was just a deep fake, but it sure looked like his set and his face, and he was sure trying to shove something up his butt to show that he wasn't against gay people.
Oh God.
And you know, I guess that's one way to do it. But,
or, you know, just be emphatically not a homophobe.
yeah, I mean,
it's not that hard.
That works too. I mean, if you're not willing to just debase yourself on camera,
right?
And not even have like you're not even getting the OnlyFans revenue that you could be making, because
maybe that's what he's doing now.
Aren't going to be paying you, Gavin. And that's the thing.
Well, you have to pay for a subscription for the Blaze. It's one of those networks. So, I mean, I guess it is like a conservative OnlyFans.
There we go. All right, then. Full circle.
That's going to be the new show, and you probably don't want to see it.
I definitely don't want to see that. But I'm sure there's a demographic for it.
There absolutely is.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's something.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. That whole, like, there is a weird thing that happens with that side of the political spectrum and, like, the content that they want, because, like, there's a show that Ben Shapiro, I think Mark Levin is in it too, and it's like this backstage kind of thing where they have this set and everybody's got leather chairs and they all have like whiskey or scotch or something, and they all smoke cigars, and it's just a bunch of white dudes sitting around a table, and then little boy Ben Shapiro as well. And you know, he's just like, they've all just like got their scotch and they're uncomfortably holding a lit cigar, and none of them really ever smoke it, but they're all just sitting there, let it sting their eyes. Well, I don't believe that people should be like, I don't understand how anybody buys into that crap. Or, like, I don't know how people can have these two thoughts in their mind at the same time, whereas alpha male must be my all-time thought. Also, Jordan Peterson has changed my life. Like, I don't know how, like, you can listen to some guy being like, well, women wearing lipstick in the workplace is just, it's really detrimental to women, and it's also mean to the men who can't just sexualize them anymore. Like, I don't understand where that world just becomes popular.
It's such a weird disconnect, because I've been forever wondering, how do you buy into this whole alpha male myth, but you're standing for fucking Ben Shapiro and Mark Levin? I'm like, these have to be two of the least alpha guys that the right could be offering up. I mean, yeah. I'm pretty sure Ben Shapiro is genetically disabled. He looks fucking 12. And he's lived that way since who knows when.
Since his bar mitzvah.
Right.
He just sat there looking like, just this little yarmulke on, and he's like, someday I'm going to rule the world.
He's going to somehow rule the world through trying to convince us that the female orgasm is a liberal conspiracy.
Probably. Most likely.
Like, look, I'll give him credit. That was the most entertaining thing I'd heard all year. So there is that.
I don't know. The most entertaining thing I've heard in quite a while was somebody remixing him reading the lyrics to WAP to the song.
Oh, that was good. That was entertaining.
That you can't, like, that's something you can't just buy. That's
and I'm like, And I'm like, wow, that was actually less sexy than when Gilbert Gottfried read it. And I didn't think that was possible.
Oh, Gilbert Gottfried.